Hello guys, welcome to today's stream. I'm going to hopefully finish Nullings today, so we will see. I still have to finish the whole house and I still have to finish all his clothes and start adding like highlights and darks and everything else, so we'll see how we go. Homeburger, hello! Thank you for the follow and I'm so happy you like my work. Are you an artist yourself as well? Cannibal Snacks, thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate that. How are you? Hello, Dover. I don't know if I thanked you yesterday. I didn't see the 50 bits you gifted. I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure I missed it, but when I signed on this morning, I realized, right before we raided, you actually donated some bits, but thank you for that. Really appreciate that. So yeah, luckily now everything is nice and dry, so we should be able to work on anything we want to today. Cannibal asks, thank you so much. Cat Video said to check my channel out. Well, that's so kind of her. Why would she do that? She's way too sweet. Is she still playing chess at the moment? No, she started playing chess. The last piece she worked on is unbelievable. It's so beautiful. It's a graphite piece, I'm pretty sure, and it is stunning. You think she eventually got it working? Yeah, it seemed like she did right before I left. That's really good. I hope she enjoys her game. I really do. So how are you guys today? How is everything going? I need to get my ref up. So let me just have a look. Because today, we're gonna draw the house. So, gotta do my best to keep it consistent. Let's see how we go. I'm gonna start very dull and fate, and sort of build it up from there. I don't want to go too dark too quickly. But yeah. I think I'm gonna start with, the top area. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough flexibility with this brush. Sorry, my throat is really messed up today. So I may just actually, I want to keep the roof nice and grey. So I don't want to mess with that too much, but we'll see. We just got to make a start, right? Just got to make a start. Hang on. And luckily, I can sort of move over. I don't think he's got a white shirt. What color shirt is he wearing? Oh, he is actually, so I gotta be careful of that white shirt, but everything else is fair game. Hang on, my alarms are going off. So I can go over the hat, because the hat is simply going to be grey as well. Nothing too concerning to worry about there. But everything else needs to be a beautiful grey. Well, I've got sort of like a brown tonish grey, really. It's not entirely grey. There we go. Trying to get some more pigment down the bottom though. Nice. That's okay. You thought I was busy since I didn't see your Discord message. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Dover. I've been just trying to get a lot of things sorted today and yesterday. And I was also out last night. So my dad bought a new car and that was pretty exciting. So we had to help him go pick it up, which meant I didn't have a whole lot of time like I normally do to, I guess read Discord messages and whatnot. But I do get around to it when I do. So. New car, awesome. Which one? It's a BMW. It's a V8 actually. And it's beautiful. It's blue. But like a beautiful dark blue. And yeah, so we had to drive over an hour to go pick it up. It was really far away, which meant taking two cars and everything. So yeah, it was a trip, and we did it pretty late in the day as well. So it ended up taking a while, but hey, it was fun. It was real fun, and it's my dad's dream car as well. So I'm very happy for him. Well, when I showed this pic to my mum and my brother yesterday, they were like, why do you gotta paint the whole, like, boy and the building? Can't you just leave it white? Because they thought it looked so good already. Didn't want me to ruin anything. But you know, it's gonna look even better, so I gotta stick to my guns. Hopefully that doesn't go too dark. I'm trying to stay on the lighter side, but I do need some contrast. So we'll see. We'll see what we're gonna do, guys. I don't know yet. Oh, little bro, why you gotta look at the building? Come on. Gotta leave the building alone. You love the engineering behind the BMW, but you really don't prefer buying that yourself since it's a stereotypical car here in the US. A stereotypical car of what? Like, what does it represent? Or is it just like considered a boring car? Definitely not boring over here, I assure you. It's a very cool one. So... so I think this section should go darker. And the other section, that window is the lighter window. So if I'm maybe able to pick some paint off it, that would be good. We'll see. I don't know. Probably not. Too dry already, but that's fine. Okay, so I want to work in a little blue grey into like the sky. I mean into the roof. like a stony colour. Lovely. And maybe a little bit of like a mustardy green as well, just in a couple sections. I think going blue for the windows is going to give them that nice glass look, so I'm going to give that a shot. We'll see how it goes. As in, most Indians who move and settle in the US buy it and encourage each other to get it. It's fun to drive, but come on, there are much better cars. So, what would you like to get then? Megalomaniac, hello, how are you? Mercedes, Audi, and BMW, the cars that they go, are the cars that they go for. Well, they're pretty well built cars. I reckon that's probably why, you know. I mean, you can't really go wrong with them. They're just really, really good. But yeah, I definitely think they're a lot more rare in Australia. Definitely not as common. Alright, so I need to do some shadows. So some sections are gonna have to go a little bit darker. You just have to say it's 1,000,000 degrees where you're at, and my outfit makes you envious of whatever temperature I'm experiencing. Well, I would swap you any day, Megalomaniac, any day, because it's freezing here and I hate freezing weather. So, whatever it is, I'll be glad to swap out with you. You currently have a Chevy Malibu leased, but you got it for sentimental reasons. They have a strong chassis. Your dad lost his Chevy in an accident, but it saved his life. Your next car will definitely be a Tesla. That's a really cool car. I really prefer the is it the Porsche Taycan? I think is the electric Porsche, but they don't have as many charging stations, so definitely not as useful. Single Digger Studio, thank you for the follow, and you too, Burnt Honey. Thank you so much, guys. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. I'm good, Dev. I'm really good. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to finishing this piece of mine. So, very excited today. Yeah, it's the Taycan. Okay. Not too bad. You're doing your display board at the moment. What is a display board? I don't know what that is. So you're gonna have to enlighten me. For some reason it looks a lot darker down the bottom area. I don't know why. Like, I mean, sorry, the top area. I'm gonna try and tone that down a little. Because we don't want that to be different. The whole building to look kind of solid, you know, sturdy and solid. I'm really happy with how dull and faded it's looking. That's really awesome. So, making good progress so far, guys. You've been back on long service leave, and you go back next week after 13 weeks off. You mean to uni, or what exactly? It's a display board to display the army you're painting for the tournament's weekend, and whoever gets the most votes wins. Best Painted Army Award. That is super cool. Super cool. Well, how many do you have to finish in total? Like, how big is it? Back to work. Uni is like 2.5 weeks away now. Well, that's unfortunate. That's gonna suck away so much of your creative time. But hey, not long to go, right? Not long to go. Aoife, hi, how are you? I hope you're well too. Yeah, we're doing really well. Just trying to get through finishing this painting of mine. So yeah, not too much to get done though. You know, I've made some really, really good progress. So I'm very, very happy with that. I am going to pull up some tree references because I think I want to add just a couple of leaves to this tree. Otherwise, it's going to get a little lost, I feel like, amongst all the details. I want it to look more in the foreground than the tree in the background. Sorry, than the building in the background. Because I don't want little bro to focus on that building. So we got to do something about that. Just wait for that tree to dry a little bit more. I feel like I don't want to really touch the building much more than that. Otherwise, little bro's just gonna get way too focused on it, and we don't want that. So just gonna leave it. Oh, an invisible person, tough thing to draw. Exactly, exactly. I mean, what's there to draw, right? But hey, it's been one of the more fun things, and I think actually easier things to draw because, well, there's not really much to do, you know. The whole thing's pretty much, yeah, already done. Sun's really freaking out outside. So what's your week been like, Aoife? How have you been doing? I think it's time to start the little boy. So let us get a good reference of him. So he's got a sort of brownish orange tone, I guess, ball. So I think I have just the right color. Actually, where's my test? Yeah, I think that's gonna be exactly the right color for what I need. And if it's a little too saturated, I can just tone it down, you know. But I don't think that that's going to be too saturated, so I'm going to make it darker eventually. Also, the color really, really helps you to properly focus on, you know, the boy and not everything else behind. And now I can go as dark as I want to because I'm working on my foreground, which is super awesome. Okay, so I want to add a little bit of a highlight to wherever my light's coming from, which is sort of over here. Just so my ball has some shape. You're doing well. You started Tsukube July. You're only drawing Tsukube ladies all month. So what are Tsukube ladies? Is that like a drawing challenge? I cannot wait for Drawloween because that is when I have most of the fun all year round. But I'm going to be pretty busy because I have a show this year, an art show in the States. And probably going to get really busy organising all of that as well, so we'll see how things go this year. I'm not going to take it too seriously because I did actually complete it for the first time last year, so I'm pretty happy about that. Succubus is like a lady demon. Okay. So who's hosting that challenge? Okay, so I think what color is his hat? I'm pretty sure he has a hat. I'm pretty sure he does. Yep, found the hat. So it seems like he's got a brown hat. And I've got a great picture of his clothes, guys. Great picture. Absolutely love it. And I also want to write in some like mustardy green into this ball of his to make it look like it's been played with, you know. Maybe some blue too. Luckily, the pencil work should bring all of that together anyways. So I won't have too much of a problem. Okay, time to do his hat. Now I can go, again, as dark as I like to. This is the fun bit where I don't have to be careful anymore. I can just do whatever I want. And it is so much fun. Well, within limits, of course. Like, I still have to be mindful of the overall piece, but much more freedom, you know? You specialize in drawing pretty ladies. Well, I am sure that this challenge is going to be exactly what you need, right? What did that head do? It's invisible. So this is Miller Nullings from Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children, and he can actually go invisible. So if he's not wearing any clothes and he runs around nude, you cannot see him at all. And that's how he usually likes to roam around. So I'm probably going to do the jacket first. We have very plain coloured clothing, you know? Nothing really fancy, just like very basic brown tan clothes. I watered that down a lot, and hopefully I'll start with his pants, I think. And then we'll go from there. And now it's time to do his jacket. And that looks to be all the same brown colour. It's got like some sort of texture, but I'll put the texture in like once I do the graphite part, because it's going to be way too tricky to try and, you know, do that in watercolors. I don't want to make my life harder than it is already. So he's gonna have to go a lot darker than that, because at the moment he's sort of like fading into the background, but we'll fix that. Won't be for long. Accidentally went over the white bit, but that's alright, we can fix that with gouache anyway, so. Hello Jason, how are you doing? Okay, I need to get a pic of his shoes. I think he wears black shoes, but actually I do have a picture of him running. No, he also wears brown shoes. This boy really loves his browns, so yeah. Guess I'll give him his favorite brown shoes after all, you know? That's what he wants. I feel like the birds on the roof are going crazy again, just like the other day. You can hear them roaming about on the roof. Great. So I will give a blue tint to his the white bits of his clothing. Have you been streaming today, Jason? reason, parts of his jacket are not melding in properly. Not too sure why, but since I'm doing another layer anyways, it won't matter too much. Just would prefer it all dried first, you know? But yeah, I am so happy with this piece. I feel like the contrast and everything is going to be great as soon as I add like the, you know, graphite details and all the gouache highlights. Is going to look great. That's tomorrow. Okay, today is some photo edits. Work is so rough right now. What's rough about work right now? Like, is it just scares or what's going on? I don't want to start his little red top until I've got like, you know, all the dark bits nice and properly dark, because otherwise I'm just gonna mess it up. So what I'll do is I'll just let this dry properly first, otherwise I may just keep on lifting, you know, the paper, the paint off the paper, and I don't want that. Gouache highlights for the flowers? Probably not the flowers, but I will be adding some gouache highlights to his little hat, parts of his clothing probably, and his shoes will get some gouache highlights. I doubt that I'll add any to the flowers. Maybe for like, you know, the inside bits, but I'll see. I don't want to overdo it. So, but one thing I do need to do is try and get the foreground to look a little less, you know, blank. It's a little bit blank right now. So, I think I ought to do a little bit more grass in the front. We'll see how that goes. Actually, I really want to do that fern. try and do some pebbles as well. I feel like pebbles are probably going to be the way to go to help bring the whole foreground together. We'll see. I'm gonna have my work cut out for me trying to make him not get lost in this background because it's very, very busy background. But I am sure I can figure something out, so we'll see how we go. Let us try and make his clothing a little darker. I feel like the hat's probably okay at this point, but everything else needs to go darker. I love the natural texture that this watercolor is sort of giving to the jacket. It almost looks exactly like the fuzzy, crumbly texture that he's got on his own jacket, which is completely perfect. It's like the watercolor is just working for me, you know? I'm so lucky. Gotta love when paint does the job for you, right? It's so awesome. Okay, so all I got left now is to darken up his pants, and then maybe we'll look into darkening up his hat as well. I think it'll look good if it's a little bit darker, to be honest. There we go. Lots more contrast. True, the background has so many vibrant elements, it's tough to highlight the boy without going for really dark colors. Exactly. Well, luckily he is wearing pretty dark colors, so, you know, that does make my life a lot easier. It's funny how certain pieces just aren't meant for certain mediums. Like, so many times I found myself wanting to do a piece, but then being like, this piece is not going to work in watercolor. It's for oils, or, you know. And there's nothing really you can do about that. Like, those are just the limits of the medium, really. And you gotta work with what you got, you know? That's all we can do. Need to clean up some of these slip-ups. Can't really be having those. So now I just got to be patient and wait it out. But I am going to smooth out some sections of the pants, particularly this section that's causing a weird split in his leg, and we don't want that, you know? So let's do his shoe while we wait for that. I really, really love how messy the section near the ball has gotten. It's so, so beautiful. Exactly what we wanted, you know? So while we wait, I can actually do, like, darken up some sections of the ball. We need to go so much darker there. Keep getting so much spilling here because I'm using so much water to dilute my colors. It's not the best, but I do need to have a shadow, so I could just see it as like saving me the hassle, right? Happy accidents, exactly. Sometimes happy accidents actually help out, you know. Like over here, I'm so happy with how that turned out, and that wasn't really planned. So we'll go with that. We'll go with that and just pretend it's a feature. Pretend it's a feature and we planned it all along. That's what art is all about, right? I'm gonna very lightly try and add some colour to the house though, in that background. Just little bits here and there because I wanted to look slightly varied, you know. Okay, so probably will go still a little bit darker on the boy's clothing. So I'll start with this side because this side is a little bit drier than the other side. There we go. Perfectly standing out. I'm actually quite happy with, I guess, the darkness of the hat. I feel like that's about as much as I want to do. And then I'll probably leave it be. So now all I gotta do is wait for this section to dry and then I can add another layer over the left side of the jacket. Am I gonna apply graphite for all background details too? Not for the whole area, probably just do like a little bit here and there. Because I don't want it to get too busy. So really it's more about emphasizing the boy more than anything else. Alright, I will quickly be right back, guys. I look like that Jim Carrey film called My Eternal Sunshine. I look like that. Or do I look like that? I will be right back, guys. So give me 1 second. It always starts to go up and down. And not even all the time when I said it. It's so annoying. Oh my goodness, did we just get raided? Pochad, thank you so much. Thank you for that raid. How are you doing? Elamar said this was a cool place, and Ella is cool. I agree. So here we are. Well, Ella is really, really cool. And, you know, a great part of the Twitch community. So I'm very happy to have all of you here. What were you working on? Do tell. I look like her? Really? How come I look like her? Wasn't she blonde? I'm pretty sure she was blonde. I don't see how I look like her. Not that I dislike her, but I also, in some ways, I really like that movie. It's a cool movie. Like, it's a very different movie, which is good. Different is good. So for all of you guys who are new here today, we are actually working on Miller Nullings from Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children, and he's the little invisible boy. So as long as he's wearing clothes, you can see him, otherwise not really. And you were pushing yourself to try new things and drawing characters. You do graffiti art. That is so cool. When I was at uni, we used to have this wall where every day if you walk past it, there would be a different graffiti artist painting something in the morning, and by the evening there would be something completely different. So it was really, really cool. What kind of art were you making? Like what did you paint? Thank you for all the follows, guys. I'm so sorry I didn't realize all of you guys follow. Tissa Girl, Bracket, and Chico Boy. Thank you so much for the follows. It's a good movie, sad but important. Exactly. Yeah, it's got a really deep meaning. I feel like the vibe of that movie is very similar to what's it called again? The one with a great soundtrack. It's about drugs and just destroying your life, essentially. Now I can't remember the name. Can't even remember the name of the actress playing in it. But yeah, it's a really, really cool movie as well. I absolutely love it. Well, I love it for the soundtrack, let's just say that. The movie is a really meaningful movie, but I feel like it's probably just like too depressing for like daily enjoyment. But still, a great movie. Hopefully once I start adding highlights to the shoe, it's gonna, you know, take form a little bit more. So Pochad, would you like to, or Pochfad, would you like to drop a link to your Instagram account and then we can all go have a look? Oh, I have her, I look like her because I have her quirks, but she had the quirks. Okay. You have nightmares? What, about this little boy coming at you at night? He's pretty terrifying. I mean, he did take on really, really creepy monsters, so... It has a pretty important message. Life without experience isn't really worth anything. That's true, exactly. And I think that's the whole point. And, you know, while it's a really tragic movie that sort of really hits you deep, you know, that's the whole point of the movie. It is meant to get to you. You made a small shapeless person with a hoodie and a backpack, then tagged the paper behind the little character. That is so cute! That is super adorable! your back and Potchfat has become a woman. This is definitely a new one. Were you guys playing dress up or something? Trevin, hello! Thank you so much for the raid. We just got raided by Potchfat and now you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Your name is on Potchfat's art too. Are you claiming it? Trevin, please, 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 drop a link to your Instagram. Guys, we just had another raid from Trevin. Please check him out, go follow him on Twitch. Also give some love to Potchfad, who also just raided us. And guys, please drop links to your socials, just spam away, you know, feel free. You do have an Instagram, you need to post more of your work here, but here's the link. Let us have a look. Wow, this is some really cool stuff, Potchfad. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. I always find it fascinating how graffiti artists have this certain style of doing letters, and it looks so easy, but when you try it, it's really, really not. That is so cool. Wow, is this your setup? I love your table! Oh my goodness! I love what you did to your table! Guys, you have to have a look at the table. It's like completely graffitied, but in such an artistic way. Damn, that's beautiful. Are those Copics to the left? You look so much more organized than I am. I love the shoes. Oh, are those Crocs? They are Crocs. They are so cool. I absolutely love it. Guys, please go give Potchfat a follow on Instagram. His work is amazing, guys. Hang on, I didn't like the pic of the... I need to like this desk setup. That is so cool. Man, that's some amazing stuff. Did you guys have a fun stream? Should you be sharing your socials? If you'd like to, Jason, you're very welcome to. Bringing me the gang around here. How am I? I'm doing really well, Trevin. How are you? How was your stream? You have tagged people on it. What do you mean the... Oh, so is the desk sort of names of some of your followers? Oh, it's his followers' names. That is so cool. I love that. Are they like some of your original followers, or do you just like keep going, keep layering it up? You use Copic, Shinart touch pens for the alcohol-based pens. You use Molito empty pens and fill them with Montana colors. Paint for the most part. I've got another graffiti artist friend as well, and yeah, he told me about how useful it can be when you actually fill up your own like markers, and it can actually be a lot cheaper. I never knew, but yeah, that's amazing. Wrong link? Those are Copics. Yeah, exactly. So guys, check out Jason's work as well. Jason regularly raids us over here, and he's also an amazing art streamer. He's really good at Copics. He recently had I think a competition or something, where he entered one of his pieces to a Copic competition, and that is pretty cool. So go check out his stuff. Thanks, Dover. Thank you so much for that shout out. I don't know what we would do with a Dover around here, guys. Like, my life would be so hard. We need a Dover shout out. Dover needs to start streaming. I would definitely go watch a Dover stream. So hopefully, pretty soon these will all be the same color brown, and I won't have a problem. So really I'm trying to get as much contrast between the boy and this background area, which is why we're darkening him up so much, as you guys can tell. But yeah, he's luckily really beautiful in this foreground, so I'm very, very happy about that. The desk got full, so you hung 4 canvases over your window that you continue to tag people's names on. The list of names just keeps growing. Well, I bet it will. I bet it will. I mean, you're an awesome streamer, so you know, people are gonna follow. I don't know if you're gonna have enough space soon. You're gonna have to start doing like mini canvases and, you know, storing them somewhere because you're definitely gonna run out of room. Zara, thank you for the follow, and you too, our moderator, and Trevor No Art. Really, really appreciate all the follows, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, basically, I'm a pop surrealist art streamer, if you guys aren't familiar with my work. So what that means is I tend to mostly draw like grim nursery rhyme-esque style work, kind of like Alice in Wonderland. And I mostly painting watercolors, but I also do some works in oils. I can show you guys a couple of my oil pieces. So this one over here is called Freaky Friends, and it's got the Pumpkin Reaper and the Grim Reaper as well. So she's hanging out with them. They were real fun to do. Real fun. I also have this is one of my acrylic paintings. I only finished acrylic painting because I switched over to oils after getting heaps frustrated. But this is about an alien girl that came to Earth, and yeah, she basically, you know, started making some woodland friends. So that was my first acrylic piece, and this one's a little harder to show you guys. Might try it like this. But yeah, this one is a painting for my mum. So it's based on her childhood where she grew up with a lot of guinea fowl on a farm, and it's still a work in progress. So there's a couple of like loose bits and pieces everywhere, but I am slowly getting there, slowly finishing the grass up the front and everything. So sometime soon we'll be done with it, hopefully. And the other painting I've been working on that's very, very close to being finished is the Arachnid Choreography, which is about a girl who spins and dances, and as she dances, the spider wraps around her fairy floss, so she gets to create more. And so she's essentially eating and creating spider fairy floss. But yeah, this one was heaps fun to work on. So almost done with it. I can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. My jacket today is awesome. It's velvet, yeah. It's actually so soft. But yeah, I think I got it from Killstar or Disturbia. I don't remember. One of those places. It's really nice. You love the painting I'm working on. Well, thank you, Poshfad. Thank you so much. You thought she said okay to share. I did. Yeah, it's fine to share if you like to, Zara. Yeah, huge thanks to you, Elamar. Thank you so much for the shout out. I really, really appreciate that. And thank you for bringing all your family over here, Poshfad. I really do appreciate that so, so much. If you'd like to join our Discord and share your stream over there, it's heaps easier for us to follow and, you know, connect with everybody once they post their socials in the self-promotion sections or wherever else you feel free to. But yeah, it would be lovely if you joined us. I'm the first person you found when you started Twitch. Really? Wow, I'm so surprised. I'm so honored. Glad that I filled your first impressions with Twitch in a good way. Thank you for the follow, Zara and Pochfad. Really appreciate that. You're struggling with oils right now, but you'll work through it. Well, that's good. That's good. To be honest, I find oils a lot easier to work with than acrylics because when you're working with acrylics, everything dries darker, and when you're working with oils, whatever you put down, that's it. That's essentially what you're dealing with, you know? So you don't have that constant struggle of like, is this gonna be, you know, a lot darker than the other shade next to it after like half an hour? Which is a huge struggle. So that's the main reason I switched over to oils. The other reason was when I was working with my acrylics, it was drying so fast, so I couldn't really get the beautiful smooth blending that I could with oils. Even though like I had even put like retarding agents in my acrylics so that it would dry slower, but yeah, it still wasn't good enough. Dear goodness, you love that oil painting. Which one? I'm crazy talented. Thank you, Pochfad. Is Fairy Floss Australia's word for cotton candy? Yeah, it is. Sorry, I completely forgot that. Yeah, you guys probably don't realize it's cotton candy. Should I get tacos tomorrow or today? Why should I eat tacos? Like, I'm not against tacos, I'm just wondering why specifically tacos today? What oils do I recommend, especially for beginners? Honestly, Chico, it's a hard thing that I think if you're just starting out and you want something, try Winsor and Newton. I obviously use. I'll show you what I use. I use Language. So these are Australian ones. I don't know if you can get them overseas, maybe, but this is my favorite brand of oil paint, and I'm really happy with it. So, but yeah, you can use Winsor and Newton. I think they're fairly common, especially for starting out. I think their prices are also not like super ridiculous, and I actually haven't used them, but I know that a lot of people are very happy with them. And you know, if you're starting out, you're probably not going to care too much about tiny differences like the consistency or whatever. But yeah, realistically, like if you feel that you really are dedicated and you really want to give it a go, I would just do some research, like ask a ton of people questions like what kind of oil paint do you prefer and why. I feel like because they're so expensive, if you do think you're going to be serious about it, try to not, you know, spend a lot of money buying ones that maybe, you know, are halfway there, and then you start collecting like the different brands that you're more happy with. It's really just like, you know, hard to tell if you're starting out. I know it's a really expensive investment. Like for me, I think I had to start out with like 5 different colors, and it was rough. It was really hard at the start because I was so worried that I wouldn't really get into oils, and you know, I just prefer going back to my acrylics because I really love my acrylics. I use the Golden Open variety, and the open ones actually dry a lot slower, so they stay workable, and that's really nice. I love that about them. Fixit, thank you so much for the follow. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Tacos is always yes. I'm not the biggest fan of tacos. Like, I find them uncomfortable to eat. Fairy floss, you learned something today. Well, doesn't it look like fairy floss? Although cotton candy does make sense too. Hello, Scriber! How are you doing? Soft tacos. See, now that's a little bit better. Soft tacos is better, but then why don't you just do wraps? I don't get it. I'm also not a fan of like the stuff they put on the inside. Usually it's like just not really my flavors, I guess. Candy makes your teeth hurt? Really? Maybe you need to brush your teeth better. That halloumi cheese though. I know, Kishnobi, wasn't it good? Guys, I posted a picture of my brunch last week in Discord, and I hope it's teasing a bunch of you guys because it was delicious. Absolutely loved it. Well, guys, we are getting so close to finishing this guy because, you know, once the clothes dry, he's not far from being done. I feel like I'd like to make the ball a little bit more brown though. You know, have a different color going. In the picture, the ball is so dark though, so I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Maybe like a rustier color? Is this watercolor? Yeah, this is watercolor. Completely done in watercolor, but I'm gonna go over in a little bit of like graphite and also some gouache, so it's gonna get some details soon. What's Dover Arts doing here? Multi-streamer mod, are you? What other streams do you mod out of curiosity, Dover? You just this one, you lurk in many other streams. I've seen Dover be like a massive lurker, yeah. You were like, I know this person. Who doesn't know Dover? He's like, come on. Everyone knows he's one of the biggest supporters of the Twitch art community. Everybody knows this. How can we not know this? I think every art streamer owes a huge gratitude to Dover at this point. Oh yeah, guys, I almost forgot. We gotta do the beautiful little vest thing that he's got in red. It's gonna be so cute. It's my favorite bit. Been looking forward to it all the time. Almost forgot. Don't do that, I'll make Dover blush. I don't care about making Dover blush. He knows this. He can deal, you know. Okay, so this is gonna be super vibrant and hopefully it all looks good in the end. I'm really nervous, but I gotta go for it, you know? feel like that probably needs to be toned down with like less saturated, maybe like a grey or something over it. But who knows, maybe when it dries it won't be as strong. We'll see. He has a sweater vest underneath, almost Christmas-like, exactly. And that is really gonna make him pop. So I'm kind of lucky that he's wearing that because any struggle I had getting him to show up, little bro is not gonna be able to keep his eyes off of this little boy's clothes now. So no more looking at the building. Jolag, thank you so much for the follow. You never understood vests. It's like an incomplete jacket. Well, it helps add extra warmth underneath. So, you know, if you've ever worn them, they're actually really, really comfy. And they really do serve a purpose. Now I'm going to use my even smaller tongue brush because I want to try and add in little details. I sound Rasalgul trying to sell you a vest. Keep your chest warm. Your arms will take care of themselves. Well, exactly. Sometimes they're good, like on top of a formal shirt with a tie as part of a suit. Well, yeah, exactly, and they're like a really cool look as well. As part of a suit, they might seem too much. Well, it depends, really. Right, it really does depend. Remember when Bruce fell in the icy water? I don't really. My memory on that movie is actually shockingly bad, so forgive me. I'm going to try and make these flowers stand out a little bit more as well, because they need to be slightly more in the foreground than they are currently. And they look like they're mushed into the background, so some things I do want to slightly stand out more, you know. Same, been a while since you saw that. At a campfire, Ra says, rub your chest, your arms will take care of themselves. That makes sense. You haven't seen this Miller Nullings movie. So it's actually called, the movie's called Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children. And there's a bunch of different children with like various superpowers. And they are stuck in some kind of time loop. And then monsters come and like try and fight them and stuff. So, but yeah, I love the movie. It's a very different movie. I'm pretty sure it's a Tim Burton. Yeah, it is. It's a Tim Burton movie as well. So, really cool. I'd highly recommend. Bruce was about to freeze to death. Well, good for him that he had someone giving him great advice, right? Hello from San Francisco. How's it going? You just randomly stumbled upon my channel and you really like my artwork. Well, thank you, Quicksith. Thank you. It's great to see more traditional artists streaming on Twitch. It'll be great to see my thought process and workflow. Well, you're very welcome to stick around, and feel like I'm somebody who kind of tends to discuss my workflow quite a fair amount on you know, my streams. So, yeah. Harmonica Distortion, thank you so much for the follow. Please introduce yourself. Rouse broke the ice under Bruce and caused him to fall into that water. So no, not a good guy. Okay, got it. I actually don't know now if I've seen that movie, to be honest. Like, that's not really familiar to me. But don't worry, I'm not somebody who really cares much about spoilers, so... I usually nag my boyfriend to tell me what's gonna happen next because I'm impatient and I just like to know. I don't like to have to wait to know what's gonna happen next. So the more I can know, the better. He's really come a long way since the other day, hasn't he? True, the warmer we keep it, the heart keeps pumping so that we don't freeze. Well, that's true, yeah, but you can only do so much. You will have to see if it's available to watch on a platform you have. Batman Begins? Is that the movie? Greetings from Ecuador. Do I speak Spanish? Very little, Jolag, very little. My Spanish is probably the worst and most rusty language that I know, so fortunately not. Do I design my own original characters as well? Yes, I do, Quicksith. A lot of my work is like oil stuff. So these are 3 characters that I've designed. They're just a small oil painting that I did. And so those are characters that I designed myself. Also, these 2 oil paintings. This one is called the Arachnid's Choreography, and so it's about a spider creating cotton candy as it wraps around it. You know, while she dances in circles, he wraps around and sort of creates more candy. So yeah, these are all my own original characters that I've created. And this one is called Welcome to Earth. This is one of my acrylic paintings, and it's just about an alien girl that sort of, you know, came down to Earth and started making woodland friends because she didn't really know where she fit in. But yeah, those are all original oil paintings that I've done. And my watercolor pieces. While this one dries, we can have some look through some older stuff. You love my outfit today? Well, thank you, Pulse Visual. Thank you. I love it too. Very nice. It's great that I have a little backstory too. I love adding backstories to my work, Quicksith. I really do. Do you like Pop Surrealist art? Hello, Ilfart. How are you? I hope you're well. Russell Gould is a good character that the Batman movies and the Arrow TV show had good actors portray that role. I watched Arrow. So this one here is not an original character. This one here is based on the nurse from Dead by Daylight or Silent Hill, as many of you guys know. So she was also fan art. A lot of my work is fan art. Most of my work is original. This one's an original character that I did, and it's Dovahkiin's favorite, as we all know. So yeah, this one is just based off a little girl with her pet T-Rex, and she's kind of making him more domesticated than he'd like to be, unfortunately. But yeah, this one was heaps fun to do. I'm really happy with how the background turned out. And my favorite part is what the watercolor did over there. I love that. This is my little witch and her pet familiar called Poogie. So that's Poogie over there, and the only magic she can perform is to make Poogie appear. And this is the first time she was able to make him fly. So she's sort of progressing as she goes. I'm planning a storybook about these 2, so I've drawn them, I think, about 3 times now. And so hopefully I can do a proper book of them. This is my... why is the color so weird? This is my little pumpkin duo, and it's about a pumpkin girl who found a pumpkin boy, and, well, she felt that he's a little bit too stuck in the ground, and she wanted him to come out and see what fun life could be, you know, so she's trying to pull him out of his hole that he's in, and if only he could realize how much fun they could have together, you know, he'd get out of that hole of his and, you know, be a happy, live pumpkin again. All characters are so cute. Thank you, thank you. So all of these prints, guys, are in my shop if you'd like to grab a print. This is my little Christmas piglets. We've got little piggy baubles as well. This one was done on... this is watercolor paper. So, same watercolor paper I'm using now. Boogie reminds you of Hawk, a companion character to Meliodas in the anime Seven Deadly Sins. Okay, so how does Poogie remind you of Hawk? His personality or what? This is my little vampire girl. So she was basically for Drawloween last year. Every year in October I do a Drawloween challenge, and I basically do a drawing every day of the month. And they're all Halloween themed drawings, so heaps fun, heaps fun. And then we've got Abigail. So Abigail, well, she died, and somebody told her if she watered her own grave every day that she would eventually come back to life. But what she didn't know is they didn't quite mean it literally, but what did end up happening is the flowers around her started coming to life, the animals around her started coming to life, and she ended up actually being a lot happier. You know, not necessarily probably coming back to life. She was really happy, so... This is your favorite of my pieces. Oh, Elamar, thank you. That's really cool. How long does it usually take me to complete an art piece? They all depend, really, Quick Sith. So this one... I reckon the drawing part probably took me... I would say 3 hours. And then how long have we been streaming this one? So it was, I think 4 hours yesterday, 3 or 4 hours yesterday. And we've been going for, what, 2 hours today? So let's say it was 4 hours. That would make it 6 hours to color. And about 9 hours in total. So about drawing and coloring them, I guess, takes about 9 hours. But it's very different for each piece. They're all different. So I can't really say. Like, obviously sometimes I do a lot of planning around them. So, you know, while it didn't necessarily take me very long to draw, I probably planned it out for like a good couple of hours beforehand. So it really depends on each piece. They're all different. But yeah, I would say roughly around that time, I guess. You really love the stories I build around my art pieces. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Obnum. What will be the next thing I'll be working on after this? That's a good question, Scriber. I do have another illustration. Hang on. I can probably show you guys. If I can find... Oh, I know where it is. I'll probably be working on an illustration I did for a previous Drawloween, and it's about a nightmare hunter. So this is the drawing of her. Basically, she goes around and hunts nightmares and tries and tame them. So these little guys kind of represent the nightmares, and yeah, she's trying to, you know, make them a little bit more domesticated. So I'll probably be doing this one tomorrow, I reckon. So usually what I do is either I start a new drawing or I color one of the previous ones that I sketched, but either at the start of the week or at the end of every week I print out a couple more that I'll be painting, and I plan some ideas for like each week's new drawings. But yeah, Drawloween is like a super exciting drawing prompt or drawing challenge to take part in. I really love it. I'd highly recommend it for anybody. You know, just as a challenge, like try and push yourself, try and learn new things. And I feel like Drawloween is so great for that. Not only is the community super supportive, but the prompts are very challenging, and the artist Mab Graves, who hosts it, is also very inspiring. So you really do get to learn in every kind of way. So I would definitely recommend it. So we're kind of done with paint, guys, except for adding little highlights, which I will do soon, but for now we are essentially done with adding highlights. So we can start the pencil part. Where do we find that at? Are you talking about Mab Graves? So I'll type her name in, you can just Google, and she hosts it on her Instagram. There's a lot of other artists who take part in it as well. So every October, Mab Graves hosts Drawloween, and a bunch of different artists all take part in it. You enjoy all kinds of art, and my artwork is really lovely. You're a 3D character artist by day, but you enjoy digital painting for portraits in Photoshop from time to time. Not great with watercolor, you're afraid. Well, digital art is a whole thing on its own as well. I used to be a predominantly digital artist myself, but I really missed, you know, just feeling the paint. So, but yeah, digital art is not, you know, not an easy task. So yeah, guys, we can start adding some tiny little details to things. Make the whole thing come to life. So probably before I do that, I will take a quick picture of this drawing, because I always love to have them separate, you know. I don't know why that's making a shadow. There we go. So I love to have like a before and after before I do the pencil work. I don't know. The pencil work just adds so much detail to everything, so I always like to see how much it's done. He tried to get a Ray to come here, but alas, another painter won out. Glad to be able to stop by for a few minutes. That's okay, Justin. Thank you so much for the support and, you know, trying to do a shout out for me. I really appreciate that. There's always another time, you know, and I'm sure they deserve the support as well. Who are you watching, if you don't mind me asking? Oh dear, that is still so wet. I'm gonna rip the paper up if I go over that. Gotta be real careful. You just got here. Sorry if this has been asked already. If I could be invisible for a day, is there anything I would do with the power? Um, that's a good question. I more feel like it's like one of those powers of opportunity, you know? Like, once the opportunity arises, I'd use it, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'd like go rob a bank and then my family could have like a lot of money and be fine, never have to work another day. Or like just go steal things for charity and just dish it out, you know? I don't know. Ah, Josie, thank you so much for the raid. Guys, please go give a follow to Josie. Thank you for that raid. What were you working on? Tom is quite talented at Dover Arts. Definitely worth checking out. Hang on, is that who you were watching? Oh, you were watching Tom Thinks, who just got back from a 3-week hiatus. He makes animated characters that use improvised comedy and technology to interact with the chat. That is so cool. I actually don't know many animators on Twitch. I used to follow, well, I still follow him, but he doesn't really stream anymore. He makes The Crimson Fly, so an animated skit of The Crimson Fly. And he's like a really, really good animator here on Twitch. I wish he'd still be on Twitch, but I guess streaming is just like very distracting as well. So Josie, what were you working on? Please tell. Oh, you were playing some Minecraft. That is awesome. What were you building? Were you building or were you playing something else? Yakitori, thank you for that follow. Really appreciate that. Guys, we are just working on Merlin Nullings, and he's a character from Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children. So that's a Tim Burton movie. And basically this is him rummaging around in the garden, you know, lots of trees and things in the background. So, yeah. I feel like the paint there is still wet, so I probably can't mess with it too much. It's very, very light and weak in some areas. I guess we can start adding some details to the hat. That is so cute. I love hats like these. Especially when little kids wear them. This looks amazing so far. Thank you, Josie. Thank you. What's your favorite Minecraft mod? Is the one you've seen the most on Twitch recently is Feed the Beast Infinity Pack. Random question about the movie. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. If they live in time distortions, will they ever age? Are they in fact immortal if Miss Peregrine keeps them in time distortions? I guess so. I guess so, to an extent. But I think they chose to... oh no, the boy chose to go be inside the time distortion, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Didn't the time loop break? I don't remember. But yeah, I don't think it was forever. They were only hiding there. And yeah, they didn't age. So... So she was like, the girl that he met was like a couple of years old. Like, just a couple. Just a few hundred. Nothing major. Like, the guess would be how quickly would they, like, age once they go out of that time loop, right? Would they just, like, drastically one day age a ton and just die? Or would they, like, just live out naturally the rest of their years based on off the age that they were? That's a good question. Do I like frogs? I do, yeah, actually, I love frogs. I really want to have, like, pet green tree frogs. They're so cute and squishy and fun. I think I would just cuddle up with them all day. But I don't have more room for more pets, you know, so I gotta hold back. Gotta not get more pets until I've got more space. Which is really, really hard to resist because pets are everything. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I can resist the temptation. Well, I guess we can start his shoes, right? You're curious, too. You should watch the movie again sometime. Yeah, it's a really, really good movie. Correction, time loop. Exactly, it is a time loop. You're often amazed at your ability to remember movie parts. I know, isn't it weird how, like, we wish our brains could just remember useful things sometimes, and all they want to clog up with are these mundane things that are never gonna have meaning and never matter, other than for, like, having great conversations, I suppose, which that's pretty cool. But you know, sometimes we have to remember important things and we just wish, brain, could you just work with me for a minute, you know? Like, that could be kind of helpful. Okay, so I need to do this ball of his, and it's got really, really complex shapes, so let's hope for the best. I guess they're not really that complex, but you know. This paint has almost gone through because of how wet it's been, so I need to work super carefully to get this ball's shapes in. Okay, well, I think we may as well start working on some of the graphite parts because all the details are pretty much there, you know. Not a whole lot left to do. So I reckon I'm gonna leave the background as is. I'm not gonna touch it because all I really wanted is a faint idea of like the setting he's in. I want all the emphasis to be on the boy. So now is the part where we add some highlights. The thing I'm most worried about is trying to get the highlights on the little boys, the ball, because that is going to be super crucial to make it look nice and round. He also needs a couple of buttons on the side of his sleeve here. I don't know why it's being so tricky to paint with. And they're nice and shiny, so... I'm pretty sure those are the only buttons he's got. Yeah. So I'll try and dilute it and add some shine to his boots. He's really not going to need a whole lot of highlights, to be honest, because most of him already has all the right gradients that he needs. Don't need to do a whole lot more. Chaplin, thank you so much for the follow. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party if you like. So I've tried to add some tiny highlights to the ball, and I'm gonna try and add also a lovely shine. You're gonna head off to bed. It's pretty late here. Looks amazing, Necker. Enjoy the rest of my stream. I will, Alama. I will. Thank you again so much for shouting me out and suggesting to raid me. I really appreciate that. And I hope you have a good rest. Good times and great peace. Well, thank you, Bracket. Thank you. Essentially, guys, we are pretty much done. I'll see if I can just darken up parts of the shoes down here a little bit more. You're still here, just laying in bed. Well, I hope you're relaxing. I hope you are. We are pretty much done, guys. I have finished him. And I'm really, really happy. He's really standing out against that background. So I didn't want to touch the background too much and add, you know, a lot of definition. Because I'm worried I'm gonna lose some of these beautiful effects that I've got with the watercolor, and I just really want the watercolor to sort of speak for itself. And there's really enough definition back there to make sense of it. So hopefully once little bro looks at this again, he's not gonna see the building, he's actually gonna see the little boy. Hopefully. This looks great, Necker. Good night, y'all. Well, good night, little bro. I hope you see the little boy finally, you know? I hope you do. Let us try and add just a little bit of shadow out this way. Probably need to put some graphite down first, because I just want the ball in the arm of the little boy to have some shadow to them, you know. Make it a little bit more realistic. You can hardly notice the building. Of course you can't. Of course you can't. Well, I hope you have a good rest, little bro. Thank you. Yeah, guys, I am super, super happy with this piece. I'll probably put some prints up of this one in my store, so if you guys are interested in the movie and interested in getting a print of little Miller Nullings, you're very welcome. But yeah, I guess it is time for us to find someone to raid, guys. So tomorrow, I am going to be painting, probably doing another painting or probably starting a new sketch, we'll see. I'm not too sure. Usually just sort of plan it on the day if I'm happy. So we'll see how it goes. So if you guys want to join me the same time tomorrow, that would be awesome. Also, I'm going to be starting offering commissions a lot more. So if you guys are interested in having me draw you something or paint you something, keep an eye on my Patreon account, because I am going to be, probably by the end of the week, I will be uploading some stuff on there. Hang on, why did that not work? There we go. Actually, that doesn't have my Patreon. This is my Patreon. There you go. I'll probably be uploading some more tiers on there and then explain to you guys the process of how I'm going to be doing commissions soon. So that would be awesome. I'd love to draw some things for you guys. But yeah, let us go find someone we can raid. Let me have a look. Who's online? And if you guys have some good suggestions, let me know. I would always love to find new artists. Well, there's an artist called Cozy Art, and they're making some custom handmade sketch arts. That looks cool. I really want to do follow someone who does actual traditional art. So let us filter to traditional art. And we're not going to raid Chloe because we raided Chloe fairly recently. And I want to try and raid somebody new who we haven't raided before. There's another artist working on something actually really cool, like Generazilla. That looks cool. It looks like a fish. That looks really cool. I feel like let's go there. Let's go there. So Dover just shared the message. If you guys could please copy and paste that message that Dover just shared, that would be super, super awesome. But yeah, otherwise, I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Hang on, let me just quickly try and type this name. This is a really hard name. So it's Jay Renzella. We're gonna raid Jay Renzella, and it looks like he's inking a fish, which is super cool. So yeah, if you guys could please follow me on Instagram, join the Discord, that would be awesome. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I can't wait. But let us go share some fun at Jay Renzella's stream. Until then, I bid you guys farewell. Did that actually work? I hope that worked. Doesn't look like he's doing the countdown though. That's not working. How come that raid didn't work? It says raid cancelled? It says I already have a raid in progress, so I don't know. Raid cancelled. Okay, let me try from here. Maybe it'll work better from here. I don't know. Or maybe I should use like the inbuilt button, right? Sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see. If it doesn't work, I'll use the button. Nope. Apparently I already have a raid in progress, so I don't know. I'm gonna do the button. Doesn't look like there's a name for that person. Did I spell it wrong? J_Renzella. How can it be so hard to sort of raid somebody, right? Unless they've blocked raids. Maybe they've blocked raids. So I will, if that's the case, let us try and raid Cozy Art. Maybe some people have blocked raids, so maybe that's what's going on. No, that's not it. That's really not it. Why is it not letting me raid? That's so strange. I don't know, guys. Do you know why it won't let me raid? That is just super strange. No worries, Aoife, no worries. If you guys would please stick around so we can, you know, raid somebody. That would be awesome. We just want to share some love, right? I don't know. Manual raid, we'll just go there ourselves. Where do we go? I don't know. So let me do a shout out. So it is. So I'm trying to raid Jay Rinzella, which is super strange why it's not letting me raid. This has never happened before. And I don't know, his name's not showing up. How do you cancel a raid? I'll try and Google how to cancel a raid. You can write it in the chat. I did. Oh, /unraid? Okay, let's do that. Oh, he's hosting. Okay, well, if he's hosting, then let's do Cozy Art. Alright, so we just unraided, so let us raid Cozy Art. There we go! Finally! Thanks so much, guys! And thanks for letting me know how to unraid, because I didn't know how. Thanks, False Visual. Really, really appreciate that. Well, we're on our way. See you guys!